welcome to a special Warp World episode of World 1-1 podcast. We're going to be talking about yesterday's Nintendo Direct covering, was said that we were going to be learning mostly about Splatoon 2 and ARMS, and holy shit did they throw a ton of stuff at us beyond that. I am your host, Larry, the Nordic Beast. With me is Magic Head, Eddie V.
Nintendo is going to own the summer. I cannot wait to see what they're going to have for E3. I'm so excited about this Direct, though. Yes.
Oh, no fucking kidding. So much stuff. Like, what the hell? Like, I literally put everything there were dates for into the calendar in my phone. I'm just looking at it going, holy fuck nuts. This is the stuff that has actual dates. My calendar looks jammed. Like, April, May, June, July. They've got dates on stuff all the way as far as fucking August. And it's fucking packed. Like, there's enough stuff that they talked about just yesterday that is plenty to keep you busy on your 3DS and or Switch for months. And not to mention other stuff that's coming, that they haven't put dates on yet.
And that's not even including the Nindie Direct that they did last month in March. So there's more games coming, more content coming.
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of stuff. So that being said, let's jump into this hot shit. I just want to rapid fire down the list real quick before we dig into details here. Just to, look at it and go, holy crap, this is everything they hit on. From start to finish, we've got Hey Pikmin, we've got Ever Oasis, there's Monster Hunter Stories, Yokai Watch 2, Psychic Specters, Cold Scepter Volt, RPG Maker Fest, Miitopia, Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia, Kirby Clash Deluxe, Kirby's Blowout Blast, an untitled Kirby game, Bye Bye Box Boy, the Zelda Amiibo, Wave 2, the final Smash Amiibo, and then jumping over to the Switch, we've got ARMS, the new ARMS Yellow Joy-Con, as well as the Joy-Con AA Battery Pack, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Ultra Street Fighter 2, Minecraft Switch Edition. They hit on the Neo Geo games, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Project Mikuru, Fate Extella, The Umbral Star, Disgaea 5 Complete, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Monopoly, Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, Sign Mora X, Battle Chasers Night War, Payday 2, Namco Museum, the Switch Dock, the Splatoon US Inkling Open, and then finished out with Splatoon 2. So that's 36 fucking bullet points they hit in one shot in about a half an hour.
Yes.
That's less than a minute per thing.
And the Payday 2 from Starbreeze came out of nowhere. That's probably
huge, what the fuck?
Right. That was kind of the biggest surprise out of everything.
Oh, absolutely.
In this America doing standard and limited edition of games. All three games that they announced, you could get the standard version or the limited version. I'm like, really? Y'all coming like that? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So let's jump in from the top here with Hey Pikmin. We got to see a little bit more of the gameplay of Hey Pikmin. They also announced the new Pikmin amiibo that's coming day and date with the game. Talked a little bit about some of the story details, behind Hey Pikmin as well. Initial thoughts or now follow-up thoughts now that we've seen a little bit more of it, since this game has kind of been quiet for quite a while?
It looks like an action-adventure game. A lot of people are happy to see. Some people are kind of weirded out because they see Captain Olimar swim and do some other things, but it looks like a legit Pikmin game. It looks completely fun.
I will say I've played some Pikmin. I was never super big on it. I like it. It's just not a go-to for me. Hey Pikmin looks like something I am more inclined to play than the other Pikmin games, front to back.
And and it kind of good. I think of like a road trip game. Like if you're about to come back or you're going on your final road trip before like school start or whatever, before you go into August. I think it's a cool game that you could take on the road for the summer.
It definitely feels like a summer title. I'll be curious to see what some of the reaction is now that we've seen a little bit more of it, because the initial announcement did not go over all that swimmingly with a lot of Pikmin fans. There was a sizable backlash going, the fuck is this shit? This is not the Pikmin we want, which just kind of reverberates back to Federation Force. Though the backlash on Hey Pikmin when it was announced was not nearly as hard as that.
Yeah. And well, that kind of happened with a lot of the earlier games that people have concerns about it, and they'd be like, "Well, this game is not for me. I don't like it." And then when Nintendo starts revealing more and showing off, people get more excited and then start wanting the game. And I think some people got to realize that Nintendo's just teasing you, just showing you what you can and will be able to do in the game. And later down on the line, before it comes out, you know they're going to market it a little bit more so you can get an idea of what you're getting in the game.
Yeah. So, dropping down the line here, number 2 on the list, we've got Ever Oasis.
Yes.
I remember seeing this when they first showed it and went, oh, it looks fucking neat. We learned a little bit more about what looks to be a central character, Esna, and they kind of talked about the game being all about, basically being a decent human being or a decent fucking person, to protect and build and save the last oasis in the middle of the desert. But it looks good. They didn't show a whole lot. It was a very glancing look at it. Still nothing real deep in terms of details. Mm-hmm. I think we saw more about this last time we saw this than we did yesterday, which I think gives... It kind of gives me some concerns that this close we're not seeing or hearing more about it, because that's not far off. This is coming in like 2 months. So
June 23rd.
Not a whole lot to go off. It makes me think that this was just them going, hey, this is a reminder that this exists and you should pay attention to it.
Definitely.
That's what it felt like to me.
To me, it's my game for the 3DS for the summer. Like ever since I seen it last year, I wanted this game. And I just can't wait to play it. It has that action and RPG feel to it, and I know you keep going back to the town to help people and give them resources and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to it. I want that top-down action RPG feeling again, and I feel like Ever Oasis is going to give it to me. Now, regardless if it's a good or a decent game, I'm really impressed about the game just in general, that I'm getting something that I miss. And I definitely, this would be like one of the first 3DS games in a long time that I buy. I mean, there's other 3DS games that are expected that I'll buy, but this is just like my must have. Like when I get it, I need to spend time buying it. I mean, playing it, I'm sorry.
No, right on. I figured that's where you were going with that, but I wasn't going to bust your balls too hard for that. Then we've got Monster Hunter Stories coming in fall of 2017. This one is going to be both, it looks like, physical and digital release. Kind of breaking from the traditional Monster Hunter formula for something with a little bit more of a story foundation, it looks like. So they didn't go, again, they didn't go real deep on this, which honestly, they didn't go real deep on a lot of things, just given how much information they were presenting in a short span of time here. But, for those that love their Monster Hunter and want to delve a little more into that world and into that mythos, this looks like a good way to do it. I can definitely see, though, some people, some Monster Hunter fans looking at this going, yeah, it's not for me, because they play Monster Hunter to get that, that kind of Phantasy Star Online itch scratched, and it doesn't look to be that. So I'm sure Monster Hunter will probably see some new players, They'll probably grab some of the current Monster Hunter fans, and there's probably going to be a sect of current Monster Hunter fans that just feel a little left in the dark with this one.
Well, I think when Square Enix, or when the trailer got leaked last year for Japan, everybody was just like, what is this? Why does this look beautiful? And why can I get it now? Like, people who were into Monster Hunter really wanted this game, and now that it's coming to everybody was just waiting to see if it was going to come to the West or not. And now that it's coming, hopefully, people who love Monster Hunter or love that turn-based RPG will dig into it, because it looks good, but it is. Yeah, I mean, it is out in Japan, and I kind of need to see what people think and what the reviews are. And they probably have some gameplay of the game on YouTube or something. But I can't wait to get into it, because I'm just like, Monster Hunter game that's considered like a traditional RPG, that might be interesting. That's going to probably be kind of cool. And it looks light and funny, kind of a light-heart funny. And hopefully it's like a budget title, maybe $30 or...
I don't see it coming in at 30. I suspect that's going to be a full 40 for that.
Full 40. Well, if it has a lot of content and a lot of production value, yeah, I can see it. But we shall see.
It looked new.
Because that trailer just made me hype when it came out.
Oh, hell yeah. No, it looks great. Plain and simple. Next down on the list, I wish I was Pokemon, but I'm not, so I'll settle for being Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Specters. It's more Yokai Watch. It's the definitive edition of Yokai Watch 2, which is basically the Pokemon Yellow equivalent of, Pokemon Red and Blue. They said they've got some new missions, some new bosses, and Psychic Specters that weren't in the original Yokai Watch 2 games. Other than that, I'm still of the opinion I could care less about Yokai Watch at this point. I think they're trying really hard to get it to take off the way Pokemon has, and it's still just not getting that traction. But they seem to keep their foot on the pedal, trying to do it anyways. That's coming out fall 2017. We'll see that both physical and digital. Anything worth adding on that?
Not at this point. But I do look forward to picking it up.
Eddie?
I'm here. I do look forward to picking it up. I haven't played the regular Yokai Watch 2, but I do own the original Yokai Watch, and I kind of want to give this one a try. Hopefully, it's a really good game, because I missed part 2, which I need to pick one of those up. But this one I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna give it a try, and hopefully it's good.
Okay. Next, we've got one that I'm actually personally really excited about, and it's going to sound strange that I am this Jones for it, because it's kind of a series that has never been big here in the States, but it's existed anyways, is Concept Revolt, coming for 3DS on August 29th, about a week and a half after my birthday, if anybody's interested. And that's Concept is a series they made mention celebrating its 20th anniversary. It's a hybrid of both board game and card game together. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary with a brand new entry into the series, rather than just rehashing or re-releasing something old, which the last Concept game I picked up was Concept Saga on the 360 I found last summer, I think it was, at a local game shop, and it's fucking fantastic. I was so jazzed to find it because it's one that I had a demo for on the 360 for years and years. I love playing the demo, but I can never find a physical copy in a fucking store anywhere to buy. And when I found it, I'd like crap myself. I'm like, really? Because that game is like salty on expensive online. So to have Concept Revolt on the 3DS to be able to pick up and go is going to be fantastic. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of wishing that was a Switch game.
Well, I've never played any of the Concept games, and the only card battle based game I ever played was Yu-Gi-Oh! So on PC. But this game looks interesting. But this game looks interesting. So I'm going to take a wait and approach to see it. I'm just going to see how well it reviews, get some initial reactions from people, and then if it looks interesting, if it's deep and they say it's easy to get
just get it. Coldcept is an amazing series. Just get it.
I'm a save my judgment. I'm a wait.
Just get it. Also, in addition, beyond the Coldcept Revolt coming, they're also releasing for the 20th anniversary a limited edition coming day and date with that as well. That'll be available for fans like us. I would be really stoked to have like a Steelbook 3DS game in my collection because I'm going to be honest, I'm not a Pokemon person, so I don't have that. Another one that actually has me kind of pumped, not to buy the game per se, but one of the features has me quite excited, is RPG Maker Fest. That's coming to the 3DS on June 27th this year. Looks like we're going to be seeing that both physical and digital. We have a new RPG Maker in the very long-running series, because Christ, that's been around since PlayStation 1 now. RPG Maker, lets you build and design your own RPGs. This is another one that's going to get a limited edition release as well, though I'm not entirely sure what they could possibly do to make me interested in that. Also, they announced, too, that for your RPG, you will have some Disgaea character skins available, which, hey, that's kind of neat. I don't think it's an uber selling point. I mean, unless you're a Disgaea fan and you want to make your own Disgaea story, I can kind of see the draw on that. But the part that's got me super fucking excited, though, is the RPG Maker player that you can download from the 3DS eShop, independently, free of charge. So without owning the game RPG Maker, which you needed to do in order to play, an RPG that your friend made with RPG Maker, you can now just download the player. So if Eddie makes an awesome RPG game, and I haven't sprung $40 for RPG Maker Fest, I can download RPG Maker Player and just download his game and just play it. And that's fantastic, because I'm not the kind of person that wants to spend, 300 hours making a fucking full tilt RPG. But if somebody does and it's really good, I want to play it. And this is awesome for that. Like, I would love for Mario Maker to go this route. Sell Mario Maker to the insane, psychotic assholes that want to make levels all day long. Mm-hmm. And then just let me, make it like $5, $10 for a Maker player to just be able to play those levels. Or hell, even for like Mario Maker, a season, or a monthly pass kind of thing for like $5 a month to just have access to play all the stuff that's online. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
But RPG Maker here is even better on top of that by not charging for that shit at all. That is tons of free RPGs that you can play.
But I wonder if it's going to have a limit on it.
They didn't say anything, and it doesn't sound like it will.
Okay.
So, coming down the line, a game I am far less interested in is Miitopia. Coming to the 3DS at some point this year. Looks to be both a digital and a full physical release as well. This is not one that they made mention is going to be slated specifically for the eShop, which I thought was curious because it feels like something it should be. We're looking at a new RPG all about the Miis, where the evil wizard has stolen the faces of everyone in town, and you have to go out and save face, haha, pun, and rescue everybody's faces. There are some neat mechanics here that I'm a little surprised that they went this far with it, but if you're going to make a full retail game out of it, you kind of have to. Things where the relationships between the Miis in your party getting along or arguing and hating each other will affect how they behave in battle. You also, if you get them to build up their friendships, you can get some extra abilities or some combo attacks between characters in game as well. So it's something that has some potential, but I'm not putting a lot of stock in it yet. It may come out and completely blow me away, but at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it.
Like, I have the sinking feeling that if I see this in a used bin for like $15, that's the thing I would grab.
Yeah.
But you never know. They may have poured some heart and soul into it, and it would be totally worth it. But so yeah. Next on the list of stuff that we got to see today, they touched briefly on Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia coming to the 3DS, still with no date. Looking at both a physical and a digital release. Talked a little bit about the fact they've got new DLC coming that will be coming forward as well on top of the game itself. And they did announce that some of that DLC will be paid, but some of that will also be free of charge as well, with some new dungeons, new character backstory, and quite likely a little bit more that they haven't talked about yet because we have no idea when the hell this is coming out.
They said in May when they did the Fire Emblem Direct. They said
did they? Okay, so I'm off my nut, and that is in May. So, all right. So yeah, so that's coming up here fairly quick. And so yeah, just an update on that. That hey, you can expect that we will give you more than just what's in the box when you buy it. So not necessarily a bad thing. The fact that they said there's at least some free DLC coming as well too is nice. But so not a whole lot happening there unless there's anything you want to hit on before we jump down another line here.
I think the DLC, the season pass that they're gonna offer, probably I think it could probably range from $14.99 to $19.99. I don't know what the price is going to be because I think if you want a color swap, that might be something for free. But if you want this new dungeon or this new challenge and stuff, it's going to be part of the season pass or part of the DLC that you have to pay for. Fire Emblem is a good game, and their DLC has been reasonable. So, $20 I think $20 for the 5 DLC packs that they'll have. I'm down for that. If they're long and they're challenging.
That's really reasonable. So, next on the list here, we have the Harbinger of Death. The one character in the roster in the stable of Nintendo IP characters that signals the forthcoming death of a system and has since pretty much his inception. We have the little pink puffball fucker Kirby. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Kirby. I like Kirby. Kirby's adorable and cute, and I like adorable and cute. It's why I hang out with you, Eddie. We...
The shade.
Because you can't see it, Eddie has this very confused look on his face.
The shade that just got thrown at me. And I'm like, wait, what?
There is no shade. I just told you I like hanging out with you because you're cute and adorable. It's a compliment, asshole.
You know what? I'm thinking of the little shade sound, the dude. That little horn thing. I'm like, the shade. Like, I literally turned my head and looked at my door like, did he just shade me? He's a sexy beast, but I love him.
That's a full-on compliment. So, here we have Nintendo stepping up to the plate with the thing that they couldn't do for another important character for their 30th anniversary. Kirby celebrating his 20th anniversary of being pink, puffy, and adorable, with a slew of 3DS games coming, which I can't say is terribly unexpected, truthfully, because like I said, usually when the barrage of Kirby games starts coming out for any Nintendo system, it means it's coming to an end soon. But first on the list, we've got Team Kirby Clash Deluxe coming to the 3DS, and that shit is out right fucking now. It's like, that's a day and date announcement and game drop flying out of nowhere. Getting a digital release on the 3DS eShop We've got a multiplayer action game with 4 different character types. It's a free-to-start game, so you're looking at kind of the Rusty's Real Deal Baseball type thing where you can jump in and play a little bit for free, and if you want to keep going, it's going to cost you a little bit of scratch to keep pushing. But the nice thing with that is that, when you've decided you've had enough, you didn't have to pay for a full game. You just paid for as much as you played for. So not such a bad thing. I'm going to download that at some point in the next day or so and start dinking around with it just to take a look. Since fuck it, it's free. Truth be told, I actually got quite a bit of play out of Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. I spent more than a few bucks on that. And then any thoughts that I've missed here?
No, I'll wait till you talk about the next game because I'm super excited for the next game in the Kirby, what they announced for Kirby.
Sorry, I feel like I'm railroading you, but there's so much stuff. So the next one we've got on the list here is Kirby's Blowout Blast.
Yes.
Yes, summer this year. Looks to be a digital eShop release. Kind of a 3D a la like Mario Land games, like the 3D Mario Land stuff on the 3DS. The more enemies or the more baddies that you inhale, the more firepower Kirby has to take out more enemies. They're saying and claiming and boasting bigger stages than what was in Kirby Rumble. It looks interesting. It feels like it lacks this Kirby signature. But again, Kirby's turning into Mario where he's done so much shit that at this point, I almost don't know what a real Kirby game feels like anymore, if there is any definition to what is a true Kirby game.
It looks like a top-down puzzle platform kind of game, the way that it looks. And what's making me excited about it is that you don't really steal... I mean, it kind of breaks the mold that you don't steal their powers. You just really suck enemies and throw them at them. So it feels like
Yoshi, though.
Well, yeah, but there's something about it, Kirby, that makes it. I don't know, that it just makes it
a little more adorable.
Yeah, because it's just like the more enemies that you suck in, the more powerful you get. And the way that they were just showing it, it was just like, okay, this is a Kirby game that I could get behind because now, I don't have to keep switching 15,000 powers to find which one works with me.
15,000 powers.
I mean, that's fine for some people, but I'm like, that kind of gameplay, I feel like kind of needed a change. So that's why I say it looks like a puzzle game, like a top-down puzzle game, and getting a high score. Because you're fighting to get bronze, silver, or platinum, or gold, I should say. So that tells me that there's got to be collectibles in the game within these 25 stages. And the gameplay just looks fun. I mean, it looks like it's going to be quick, fast, and easy to get through. Because I want to keep sucking enemies and just knock folks off the way.
Freezing boom.
Oh, goodness. I did it again. Move on to the next.
Next has almost nothing to do with anything. We have an untitled Kirby game that's coming sometime holiday 2017 for the 3DS. Beyond that, we don't know a fucking thing. So I'm going to just skip right over it, and we'll go right down to the next one here, coming to the 3DS, and is out now, so that's another right now drop, is Bye Bye Box Boy, a digital release on the 3DS eShop here. Bye Bye Box Boy being the third and final game in the Box Boy series. Bye Bye Box Boy sporting some new stuff, new called Q Babies, that give Box Boy some new powers for a bigger variety of puzzles. In order to, give the developers a little more to play around with, to kind of push the brain teasers, to make your way through the stages. Also announced, too, that there will be some amiibo costumes available. They showed some of the Kirby amiibos. No word on if it's just limited to the Kirby stuff or if there will be some costumes for the rest of the amiibos. And for those that have save file data from previous Box Boy games. There's a couple of like little screen filters that you can put over the game to kind of make it look a little more Game Boyish, give it that monochromatic look. If that's a thing that tickles your fancy, it's neat for nostalgia purposes, I suppose. But I was a little sad to see that, or more specifically, to not see an announcement of the Box Boy amiibo as well, because he's adorable.
Yeah, I haven't played part 2 yet. I still need to get this, but I definitely want to get part 3 also. I hope in the future they kind of release a trilogy 3DS cart. I would love that.
That's what I was going to say. Is I'm going to hold off on this in the hopes that we will see all 3 of them packed onto a 3DS cart with the Box Boy amiibo in the package.
Yeah, that would be nice. And I'll pay $40 for that. I'll pay the $39.99.
Yeah, honestly, I think something like that maybe should come in at like $30, but with an amiibo in there, maybe 40. I don't know. I'm a little mixed feelings on that. Excuse me as I die. So next thing they hit on is Wave 2 of the Zelda 30th Anniversary amiibos. We've got those are going to be coming out on the 23rd of June. We've got Majora's Mask Link, sadly holding up the Goron mask rather than something awesome like the actual mask from the title for there. The Goron mask just looks a little underwhelming in that amiibo. And then also the Twilight Princess Link, as well as the Skyward Sword Link, which all 3 of these were outed in the Breath of the Wild strategy guide, actually, as the guide lists outfits or armor pieces for Majora's Mask and Twilight and Skyward. It says it unlocks with amiibos, but no amiibos were unlocking it, so we all kind of looked at it and went, yeah, that's going to be coming here real soon.
Now, actually, would this be like the 4th wave?
Not of the Zelda 30th Anniversary. There's only been 2, including this.
They're considering this as the anniversary? Because I thought because I know it just said The Legend of Zelda, so I'm thinking like Zelda and Link for like Smash Brothers, and then Wind Waker was the next one, and then when they did the Wolf Amiibo, the double pack of the Toon Princess, like that last amiibo that came out, and then the Breath of the Wild amiibo. I'm thinking like that one.
Breath of the Wild isn't part of the 30th anniversary line, though. That's part of the Breath line.
Okay, so it's okay. I was just thinking like with this being Wave 4 because it's just Zelda. Oh, okay.
So, which is kind of understandable because they all have the exact same base. But, and next one to hit on the list here is coming on the 21st of July. We have the final 3 Smash Amiibo that we've all been waiting for, which has now been like 2 fucking years. But we finally have Cloud Corn and Bayonetta coming out, and they're also releasing with alternate amiibos as well. So there's going to be 2 of each of them, different costumes and poses for each one here. And the alternates, it sounds like, will be available in select retailers, so not everywhere. But it sounds like the standard, though, will be in all the retailers. So yeah, way to take your sweet fucking time with that, Nintendo. But for the completionists out there, this is a great big sigh of relief. You can finally put the kibosh and end your fucking Smash collection. So,
I want that female Corey.
I don't know. I want the 3 of them just so I can close out my my Smash collection, or at least get the last 3, and then I can fill in the gaps, because there are gaps in my Smash collection. But nothing pressing though. For some reason, Kirby got fucking hard to find though. What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Like seriously, I need a damn Kirby amiibo. So, anyways, From there, we get into the Switch stuff of yesterday's Nintendo Direct. The first one they showed was the one of the two that we knew we were going to be seeing a lot more on, and that is ARMS, which is coming out for the Switch. We now have a date of June 16th, coming out both physical and digital. We saw a ton of new stuff for Switch for ARMS here, and I got to say I had some doubts on ARMS initially. Just looking at it, going, I don't know if this is a game that's going to really justify the full retail price at $60. But seeing what I saw, I'm definitely a lot more convinced to take the dive on this. We saw, a brand new character announced because they definitely showed us. It sounds like most of the characters back at the Switch unveil and all the preview events, but we've got a new character, Min Min the Ramen Bomber, which sounds like it may have some racist undertones to it, but I'm too busy giggling at the name the Ramen Bomber. It makes me happy. She comes sporting a new dragon arm, which looks pretty fucking cool, actually.
Yeah.
We got a deeper look at the combat, as well as seeing several types of arms that you can outfit your fighter with. Each arm having an elemental attribute that triggers when charged, with a total of 7 different elemental attributes. Also was revealed or shown the Get Arms service, where you're playing at least one and probably several different mini games in order to earn some in-game scratch to trade in to unlock new arms. And at least from what we saw in the Direct, there is at least 11 arms that they showed, listing that there were more beyond that as well, and that each character can actually utilize any combination of the arms that you have unlocked. Like there aren't arms that any one character can't have. So you can, the more you've got, the more combinations you can put together, which, in conjunction with, each arm having an elemental variation as well, can put a lot of variety into this. I can definitely see a lot of depth into that. And on top of that, showing now, too, that each character has some specific traits and abilities as well, can really play and build on that. And I'm looking at this now going, okay, there's a fair bit of depth into this. And on top of that, further seeing that it's not just, a distance fighter or, the Dalshim simulator game, which, holy shit, I would totally pay like $7-8 for DLC to get Dalshim into this, because that would be awesome.
Dalshim.
What?
Dalshim, not Dalshim.
Say it how I want. Shut up.
How do you gonna add an H? I'm like, Dalshim. He like Dalshim. I'm like, what kind of...
Shut up. We're off topic here. We got too much shit to do. But in any case, there's definitely a ton of stuff. And like I said, there's also some close combat mechanics here too, where, if you get somebody in, up close, you can actually throw a couple of kicks as well too for your short range combat. So it can very much be about, trying to force them in close to get those hits in as well, rather than just trying to land the punches. And then we also saw, too, furthering that depth and how you have to play and react, is the individual arms can actually get temporarily stunned or disabled as well. So somebody might, take your left side and right side out. And that'll definitely probably figure into what you choose to outfit your character with or your fighter with. And then last but not least, we also saw in here that it's not just a one-on-one. They've got a two-on-two combat mode as well, that almost looks like they're bordering into Smash territory, which kind of makes me happy. So a lot of stuff, but your thoughts. We saw tons on this. What did you think?
The 4-player co-op is going to be big. This is going to be a big title, I think, for Evo this year. I'm surprised at how much just one simple showing could make a difference. You know, people thought that the game there wasn't no interest in it, and now people are like super hype. We haven't even talked about the extra stuff that's coming with it, like the yellow Joy-Con. We haven't talked about that yet.
We'll get there. That's separate.
But people are really hyped and ready to pre-order this game. Now people are deciding to pick it up. Min Min looks funny because her head looks like it's a bowl with her hair looking like a bunch of noodles. And you know, her right arm in the game was made out of noodle with the dragon and stuff. And it just showed that, you know, the people who think that this is going to be a simple, fun game, I can't wait for people who are professionals get their hands on it and really show off what the techniques and gameplay that this game provides. And it's going to be a spectacle that people are going to see. So I feel like if I want to get to that level, okay, first, A, I need to buy the game. B, I need to work hard and learn the game inside out.
Oh, definitely. I think this is going to be one that's like Smash in that it's simple enough that anybody can pick up and play it.
Yes.
But it's deep enough that there is going to be some nuance and some skill to it for those that really want to dig into it. I'm a little baffled as to why they weren't showing like this when they first unveiled it, instead of letting people kind of linger for a couple months going, oh. But they definitely stepped up and showed that ARMS has the potential to be well worth the asking price. From there, piggybacking off of the ARMS date announcement and new info, also got word we now have our first Joy-Con variations. We have the new ARMS yellow Joy-Con coming day and date to go with ARMS. They are beautiful, bright neon yellow. Yellow is not my color, but damn it, they look nice.
They look like lemons. Every time I see them, they look like lemons.
They're like electric fucking lemons.
Yeah.
So they look pretty. Those are going to be coming at the standard, $80 for the left and right together, as well as if you really want the matching yellow shoulders for them. Though honestly, I think the black shoulders would look great on there.
Yeah.
Give it a nice contrast. And then on top of that, we got a new accessory announcement here, the Joy-Con AA battery pack. So for those, that your Joy-Cons just don't last you long enough, the Joy-Con AA battery pack, each one has like 2 little AA's in it, and they snap onto the rails on the Joy-Cons to bump up the battery life on those suckers on the go. I can definitely see this being a thing for ARMS for, I don't know who the hell is going to have an extended play session so long that you're draining your Joy-Cons, because fuck me, those things go for like 20 hours before you've got to charge them. But the other side of that, too, is I can definitely see something just in terms of changing the size of the Joy-Cons when you're holding them individually to give it something a little more substantial to hang on to. I can see some merit in that. But, if you're going to make something like that, to adjust the grip size, you may as well add a little extra battery while you're at it. So there you go.
And that's good. To me, that's good business for Duracell because they offer the rechargeable batteries. So, yeah. I mean, and even though you're paying a lot of money for them, at least you don't have to worry about buying packs of batteries. You could keep charging them as long as you want and keep playing on the go. So you don't have to worry about hooking it up or trying to use the adapter to the Switch to charge them. Like, you
the nice thing too is that when it's undocked, the Switch won't charge your Joy-Cons. And so, if you're dead, and even if, instead of a rechargeable battery pack, these things run off of, a couple of AA's, you can just grab some fresh AA's, snap them in, and you've got power again for your controllers. So.
Yeah, but the rechargeable is cheaper. You just keep recharging the bucks and getting it on. That's how I play my Xbox One. I was just like, I'm not buying 10,000 AA batteries. Let me get that rechargeable battery right now.
Yeah. So, next on the line here, looking at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is right around the corner, coming out on March 28th.
April 28th.
April 20th. God, it is April. Shut up. I love you. Shut up. So, and that's getting both, physical and digital release. You've got, the race and the battle mode all online. You've got new characters in here. All racers and tracks are unlocked from the start. So as soon as you pop that into your system, you've got access to everything. We've also got a tournament mode, as well as Nintendo hosting their own organized tournaments as well online. So that's a thing that, we've all known about, and most of us are probably getting because Mario Kart 8 was fucking awesome.
Yes.
So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe can only be better at this point because they gave us the one thing that we bitched about. So at this point, you really can't fuck this up. It's just about nigh impossible. I won't say it's impossible because as soon as I do, somebody will cock it up, but it's almost impossible. Anything you saw there that you want to hit on? Because I feel like we've probably drolled on Mario Kart 8 enough in the past.
We can move on. We can keep going.
Next in line here is Ultra Street Fighter 2 coming for the Switch on May 26, 2017, getting both physical and digital release. Some of the new, we're looking here at essentially a, Street Fighter 2 all over again, but with a couple new things here. We've got the new Evil Ken and Violent Ryu. I may have gotten those backwards, but I don't really care. They're just about interchangeable anyway, so who gives a shit? But we've got a couple of new modes in here. There's a new first-person mode that lets you throw Hadoukens using the motion control and the Joy-Cons, which could be neat if there's a little more depth to it than just that. I'm interested to mess around with it. And then more interesting to me, though, is the 2-on-1 battle mode where you and a buddy can pair up and split a life bar and go after the computer and lay the fucking smack down.
Yeah. That's Street Fighter Alpha and Alpha 2 kind of modes where you would ride you and Ken and you would fight and Bison. But I think like Street Fighter Alpha 3, they just put it in as as one mode, then you can select the character and fight anybody.
So, but yeah,
It's a Street Fighter game, so.
Yeah, but it's an old Street Fighter game with a couple new knickknacks. Yeah. I'm hesitant until I get a price tag on it. $30 in a heartbeat. More than that, I'll hesitate. $60, I'm probably going to back away. So, but down the line, we've also got, in a much timelier fashion than it ever came to the Wii U, holy Christ, we have Minecraft Switch Edition coming on May 11th this year, getting both a physical and digital release. However, the physical retail version is going to be coming later with an unannounced date. Sporting creative mode, giving you unlimited resources to build and play around and make whatever the hell your little hearts desire. You've also got your traditional survival mode as well. 8 players online, 4-player local wireless, and split screen. Also sporting the Super Mario Mashup Pack. So looks like a fairly competent Minecraft game coming to the Switch, which also means we can finally have Minecraft on the go that doesn't suck ass.
Yeah, it's Minecraft with some Mario in it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Minecraft isn't my bag, but I think part of that too is that, being tethered to a screen, to a TV for that.
Yeah.
Versus that's something I could totally see being great sitting in the car on a 3-hour road trip. That I could just, fiddle around with for a little while. So, yeah, it's Minecraft. Next, they took a couple minutes. They took a minute or so to talk about the Neo Geo games that are up on the eShop. Not a lot of anything there news-wise. Just going, hey, Neo Geo games, they're a thing. They're here. Pay attention to us. Which I'm still baffled as to why we're pumping out Neo Geo games onto the eShop instead of working on a virtual console proper. But I'm sure that will forever be one of the universe's great mysteries, and I will never have the answer to.
I think because it's the arcade games, the arcade version of their games that they're putting out. Because, like, I think it's Samurai Showdown that's coming out. Yeah, I think it's like the full arcade and not the cart version of them. So.
Okay. Next year, I am surprisingly interested in this. We've got Sonic Forces coming to the Switch holiday this year, getting both physical and digital release. Sporting a brand new trailer with a giant Eggman robot that actually looks really fucking cool. Looks to be a mishmash of both kind of the Sonic Adventure style of gameplay as well as classic 2D side-scroll Sonic, which has me kind of hyped because I liked both of those things.
Kind of like Sonic Generations?
Yeah, I could kind of see that. Sonic Generations was by far not the worst Sonic game to ever come out. It didn't quite hit the mark, but it was pretty damn close.
But it used that format of 2D and then 3D.
Right, but 3D Sonic is an iffy thing. There's been iterations of that. But if you go like the Sonic Adventure route, I can get behind that. I can get hyped for that. And then they've also said that there's a new unannounced character that'll be cropping up in Sonic Forces as well. So, but that's a thing that's coming that actually looks pretty decent for a Sonic game. So, which on the back of that, we've got Sonic Mania coming to the Switch this summer with both physical and digital release, sporting brand new levels. I know we've talked about this some before on the backs of other conversations here. This is the Sonic game that everybody fucking wants. Because this is the game where Sega finally owned up to the fact that they apparently suck at making Sonic games for the last 10 years or so, and went out to the fans that have been making Sonic stuff that people actually like and want to play, and said, will you please come help us and make a Sonic game that, we'll pay you for? And so, get hype. So brand new levels from, the Sonic fan community, as well as taking some old classic levels, sprucing them up a little bit, and stuffing them in the package as well. So I am beyond pumped for this because fuck yeah, Sonic, go fast.
How about they give us Sonic the Hedgehog 4 since Wii U owners didn't get the last
Sonic
part?
4.
Yeah, but we didn't get the last part.
Yeah, it's because nobody liked it.
Still, you can't give us an incomplete game like that.
Yes, you can. Ask Valve.
Oh shoot, that was the that was okay. Then yeah,
it's not like that shit's unprecedented.
For 2 games they didn't finish.
Yep. All right. Coming up next year, we've got Project Makuru coming to the Switch this summer. Getting a digital release on the eShop. We have some butt-stomping, panel-flipping turf war action with 4-player local and online multiplayer. It looks kind of, to me, like Bomberman meets Splatoon meets Othello.
Yeah.
Your goal is to, run around this little grid of tiles and butt-stomp to turn over the tile you're on and a handful of adjacent tiles and make them all your color and cover as much of this board in your color as possible. If another player is on a tile that gets flipped, they'll get thrown off. Flipping some tiles will uncover some additional items to help bump up your blast radius or your flip radius as well as like your character speed. It
looks
doesn't
fun.
look like the worst thing ever. It looks like a deeper version of a Mario Party mini game, but if this thing hits at like $10, maybe 13, this could be okay.
I think 15 it'll probably be 15 because it is the first party title.
It's
So
got to be a max, but I would definitely feel a little more comfortable at 10 to 13, but we'll see. There may be some unseen depth to this, as we learned today from ARMS. From there, we've got Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, coming to the Switch on the 25th of June, getting both physical and digital release from the looks of it here. Not a lot shown on a game that we have heard like nothing about and is coming right quick and in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I can say from what we saw here is we're looking at a Dynasty Warriors style anime action game, and that's kind of it.
yeah,
This is another one where they sacrificed time so that they could spend more time on ARMS and Splatoon 2. But beyond that, we got Disgaea 5 Complete coming to the Switch, so you can get your Disgaea fix, on the go in a console format. Coming on May 23rd, 2017, getting both physical and digital release. Demos coming to the eShop apparently quickly here, which it has to be if the game is coming out that soon. Not a lot of information given on it other than, hey, here's the game, it's coming. It's basically a port of a game that's already out, so you should already know about it. And they kind of left it at that.
yeah. But I think it'll have extra content, so I think it'll have like because I don't know if this Disgaea 5 what DLC it actually got, but I think this one will have all of it.
I would fathom it well. After that, we got a look at Puyo Puyo Tetris coming to the Switch. That one is coming here real quick, as a matter
in 2
of
weeks.
fact. Yeah, we'll keep talking, and I'll have a date on that in just a second here. But Puyo Puyo Tetris has a demo, actually, that's out now, though. As a matter of fact, I've already downloaded said demo. I have just not gotten to play it yet. But Puyo Puyo Tetris is something of a hybrid of the Tetris games and the Puyo Puyo games. It looks to kind of switch and alternate between the two modes, smashing them together in a very strange fashion, but I suspect it's something that'll work, especially if you're a puzzle game fanatic. So that's coming up. Half a second, I'll have a date. We'll keep talking about it. But yeah, demo's out now, though, and the demo inside there has the lessons mode to kind of teach you the ins and outs of not only Puyo Puyo, but how the two work together. And then it's also got a solo arcade mode and a multiplayer arcade mode in the demo. That is coming on the 25th this month. So, yeah, not far at all. After that, did you see anything in Puyo Puyo you wanted to touch on? I totally just railroaded right over you.
No, there was another game that uses Puyo Puyo style, and I can't think. It was something for Sega Genesis.
Okay. Yeah, it's something that's been around. I don't think it ever got real huge here in the States like it did in overseas in Japan, but
yeah.
it definitely has its following.
Yeah. So
after Puyo Puyo, we got to look at Monopoly coming to the Switch this fall.
let's move on to Rayman Legends, because it's Monopoly.
No, I'm talking about this for a minute. Shut up.
Let's move on to Rayman Legends. It's Monopoly.
No, I want to talk about Monopoly for a minute here, because there's some things that I think are some missed opportunities that I'm going, really? You didn't do this, or you didn't talk about it? Monopoly coming to the Switch this fall, looking to get both a physical and a digital release. One of the things I saw here that did actually look really cool is this is you wouldn't think a board game and HD Rumble are a thing that matter, but, we've got an HD Rumble feature on this game where you can feel the dice in the controller as you're shaking and rolling. They're saying that they're sporting multiple different boards for Monopoly here, up to 6 players. The one thing that I'm curious about is that, there have been so many iterations of Monopoly that they didn't talk about what other boards are there, and I am going to be absolutely bamboozled if we don't see like some DLC where you can download, some Nintendo-themed boards or some of the others. I would happily pay like $5-6 a board for, a couple of the ones that I like. Give me the Nintendo ones. Give me the Transformers one. There's probably a couple others that I would see and go, I'd pay $5 for that. And that would be fun for me. I also like the concept of this is one that, for 6 people, you can get everybody around a table basically and lay this thing flat in the middle of the table like a little card table, and everybody can sit and play in limited space, and you don't have to have everything sprawled everywhere. You don't have to clean up the mess. And so help me God, if some fuckwad decides to get pissed off and flip the board, I'm going to break their neck. Because that board is my expensive $300 Switch console, so fuck you.
No, that's just the controller and move on. And cut.
So, those controllers are still expensive too, so meh. But yeah, down the line, because Eddie wants to roll right over it here, we have Rayman Legends Definitive Edition at some time in 2017, looking to get both physical and digital release. We've got both local and we've got local co-op here, as well as they didn't call a whole lot of attention to it, but if you pay close attention to that direct video, you will see Raymond and friends running around in some awesome Mario costumes.
Yes.
So, Rayman Legends was a huge winner for me. I love and adore both Origins and Legends. I like the Rayman series as a whole. I am on board with this. I am get hype.
Yeah, I'm double dipping for this one. I gotta have this one.
I am too. So, after that, we got to look at Cine Mora X coming to the Switch this summer. Looking to be a digital release on the eShop for the Switch here. This is a port of a bullet hell shooter that came from Grasshopper Manufacturers, which for those that are not familiar, Grasshopper Manufacturers is the company put together by Suda51, the man behind Killer 7 and every other batshit insane game you've ever played.
No More Heroes 3?
We're looking at a game that got some mixed reviews when it originally released, or mixed reviews at best. But it is sporting both a local co-op and a versus mode. And it looks pretty. For a digital-only game, I can't see this being more than $20 max. I'd hope for 15. Mm-hmm. And at $15, I'm always happy to invest in a new bullet hell game because, that's a thing that there needs to be more of again these days.
I'm going with $10. I hopefully $10 because if they go 10, they'll sell more copies.
They will, but I don't know that they're going to go that low.
Well, I think a lot of people who are into the shoot 'em up genre will be willing to pay for it. I'll pay $10 for that game.
No, I'd pay $10 for it too. I just don't know that they're going to go that low. Yeah. I seriously expect 15 to 20 on this. Beyond that, we've got the next game on the Switch list here is Battle Chasers Night War, coming out this summer, getting a digital release on the Nintendo Switch eShop. We're looking at a JRPG turn-based combat game based on a comic series called Night Chaser or Battle Chasers. Not a lot of information on it other than here's the nuts and bolts. It's based off a comic series. It's a JRPG. It's turn-based. That's all you need information-wise. That being said,
I think it's from
art-wise it looks pretty.
I think it's from the designer who made Darksiders. That artist who made it. Darksiders. Because
I I got a friend of mine I think that would actually know, and I'm going to have to ask him when I talk to him next.
Yeah, because it's like Joe something. Because I seen the name. I'm like, he did Darksiders, but they said he is from a comic book.
Okay. Yeah, I know they said Battle Chasers Night War is based on a comic book series called Battle Chasers, but it's not one that I'm familiar with. So,
yeah, me neither.
Yeah. That being said, let's jump into the big fucking surprise, like the fuck announcement that came flying out of nowhere, and that is Payday 2 coming to the Switch this year, looking to get both physical and digital release. We've got we're looking at a port of a game that's been out for a couple of years now, reviewed well, solid game, all about the co-op, getting your crew together to pull off ever more impressive bank heists. This is one that I who the hell saw this coming?
No one.
Seriously. Who looked at Nintendo and said, yeah, we're totally going to get Payday 2? And honestly, I'm perfectly okay with this. I think it shows that somebody here is taking the first step, aside from Bethesda with Elder Scrolls, with Skyrim coming this fall, saying that we believe that there's an older audience on here that will appreciate some of the grittier, more mature content that we can provide, and we will bring it and see how it sells. And I think that between this and Skyrim, the sales numbers are going to be extremely important for the future of the Switch in terms of what kind of content we see on the system.
Well, hopefully they fix some problems and they market this game well. Just like, even though they did put in the Nintendo Direct and people are kind of surprised and hyped about it, or like they can't believe they did it, now it's going to be up to Starbreeze. I'm like, you guys got to market this game so that Nintendo players will want it, because even though it did well, not many people bought it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got its following, and it's a solid game.
Yeah.
It's not perfect by any means, but it is a solid game. And the ability to pick this up and take this on the go, I think, has a big draw to it too. But I am very hopeful for this to do well, because, like I said, I think that the sales of Payday 2 and Skyrim this year are going to be very telling in terms of the future of big third-party stuff like this on the Switch in years to come, as to whether or not we get more of it. So, but that's my suspicion. Next we have fucking Namco Museum, because this game is like herpes and every console seems to fucking get it.
Yeah. It's nice that they're allowing people to play horizontal or vertical on this. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's a cool feature for it.
Yeah, Namco Museum coming to the Switch this summer, coming digitally on the Switch eShop. Some of the games that they did show for sure that are going to be in there is going to be Pac-Man, Galaga, Splatterhouse, Rolling Thunder, Sky Kid, Tank Force, Dig Dug, and Tower of Draga. My guess is, I hope to God this is no more than $13, because anything more than that is fucking highway robbery for this shite.
It'll probably be like $20, like a budget title.
Ugh, vomit.
Which this is a cue for Treasure. Put Ikaruga on this Switch. If they could do the game of Bandai Namco could do horizontal and vertical, you guys could do a $10 port of Ikaruga. Do it.
Make it happen. I don't even care if I can make it vertical. I just want Ikaruga on the go, because God damn, it's pretty. In any case, next thing that we hit on here, getting towards the end, thank Christ, we have the Switch dock going to be coming to retailers finally. Though it's not really a complete package. The Switch dock has been available separately by itself on the Nintendo Store online for $60 for just the plastic ship. Because the draw to this thing is that I can buy it and I can hook it up to a second TV, and I don't have to unhook my cords and shit to move my Switch from one TV to another. But you buy this, there's no fucking cords in it. You've still got to buy an AC adapter and another HDMI cable for this. Whose brilliant fucking idea was this? For $60, the cord should be in it. I don't care. There is nothing in that dock that merits $60 without the cords. This should be a max of 60 with the cords. Because I'm sorry, you're selling me a plastic shell for 60 bones. That's bullcrap. But it's about fucking time they got on it and at least put this in the store. Because if I can buy it in the store, I can begrudgingly pick up an extra AC adapter and an extra HDMI cord.
Well, or just use your Wii U HDMI cord if you're not using it.
No, I do use that. The point is, I should be able to grab a Switch dock off the shelf at the store, and that's all I should have to grab. Everything that it needs should be in the fucking box, and it's not.
Shoot, people probably got like extra HDMI cords. So they probably not worried about that. The
Yeah.
the AC adapter, that's
those are
kind
salty. Those are like $30.
Are they? Is it the
USB-C? Yeah.
Is it the same that as the one that comes with the Switch?
Yep.
Okay, because I didn't know if they came looking differently. So
yeah, that's an announcement. That's a thing. Those are coming into stores on the 19th of May. So coming around next month.
And they are limited. So you have to pre-order or not pre-order.
Right now, I'm sure this will continue on. There's no way that they don't make this a regular thing that they continue to ship out.
True.
It doesn't make any sense to not do it. From there, we got two last things to hit on, and then we'll call it a day. We've got the Splatoon US Inkling Open happening on the 22nd this month, so just around the corner. So fire up the Wii U, brush off the rust, and check it out here. That's being hosted by Battlefy. Some of the winners or some of the prizes here, they're talking trips to E3, where you can fucking hang out with me because I'm going to be there. What? Sign up for that on battlefy.com/Splatoon. That is Battlefy, BATTLEFY.com/Splatoon. This is an 18 and up contest, so for all you underage people that shouldn't be listening to my fucking show anyways, because I'm a horrible person and I say terribly inappropriate things that if you're under the age of 18 and you hear me say it could get me arrested, get the hell off my show and you can't enter this contest. Fuck you. Last but not least, Eddie's just shaking his head in disappointment. You're a party to this too. You're involved, co-conspirator. Last but not least here, the other big focus for the Nintendo Direct is Splatoon 2. We do now have a date for that as well. That is not far off. That's coming on July 21st, so we've got a nice barrage of games. We've got Mario Kart this month, and right at the end of the month, so you may as well call it May. We've got ARMS in June, Splatoon 2 in July. You've got a packed summer of awesome at this point.
Yes.
We got some new information on Splatoon 2, including the brand new Salmon Run mode, which is their equivalent to Horde mode. You're going to be fighting the Salmonid to harvest the power eggs, including the rare gold power eggs that come from the great big boss salmon that come through in waves. You've got some special new stuff here, mechanics-wise, for Splatoon, where if one of your teammates goes down, if you can get to them, you can actually revive them and bring them back into the game so that they're not permanently out, help keep the fight going. And then some of the encouragement for actually getting involved and spending some time with this mode is you can take those power eggs back to Inkopolis and trade them in for some sweet goods. We're also looking at a new series of Splatoon amiibos, which honestly I'm not that impressed with because they are not that much different from the Splatoon amiibos that came out with the first game. We have another Inkling boy and an Inkling girl and an Inkling squid that are, for the most part, just different colors. The boy and the girl have different clothes and hair, but whoop-de-doo.
I mean, they just look more detailed than the first one, I think. Like with the ink and stuff.
But I don't know that it's enough to make me jump on board. I still want the Squid Sisters ones because those are cool as shit. But the new 3-pack for Splatoon 2 does not excite me. That being said, though, they did talk a little bit about the amiibo functionality that lets you save your outfits and loadouts onto the amiibo. So that way, if you're going over to somebody's house to play, you can take that with you and just scan it in and load up your shit. Anything that you want to hit on with Splatoon 2 before we close this shit show out?
The 7 one looks fun. I can't wait to when I get my Switch to play that game and do the 7 one with you guys and see how far we could get.
Hell yeah. All night, baby, all night. So, other than that, that's kind of it. We've covered a whole hell of a lot of information in about an hour's time.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's it. That was the most recent Nintendo Direct. Holy shit, we've got a lot of games coming out. Most of them actually look pretty exciting. Definitely way more pumped for ARMS now than I was before Splatoon 2. I was already excited. Now I'm still excited, I guess. But yeah. So other than that, guys, we're going to catch you again on Monday. No, Tuesday, because this weekend is Easter. My bad. So we're going to be recording Monday night instead of our usual Sunday, and we will get the latest batch of this nonsense up on Tuesday for you. So we'll be back in about half a week, and hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend, a happy and a safe Easter or spring solstice holiday with family, friends, doing whatever you do.
Yes.
So, yeah. Other than that, I'm not even going to bother plugging shit because it's late and I'm tired. So, let's close this shit out. Good night.
Night, everybody.